All right, guys, disclaimer. This is not a how-to video. I'm not gonna show you how to do something. I'm gonna show you how I do something. What you do, that's your own business. So if anything happens to you because you tried to do what I'm about to do in this video, that's on you. You're grown, you're making your own decision. I'm just gonna bring you guys along as soon as that truck gets by with what I am going to do today with this cool little thing that I found on Amazon. So if you have one of these, little torch like this or something similar, heater, whatever, and you use a lot of these, you might find this video interesting. So stick around. All right, so the product that I am going to be using today and bringing you guys along is called the Work Ease Propane Refill Adapter. I've always just went to Walmart or Tractor Supply or Lowe's and picked up another one of these little small bottles of propane. But I've always had like these bigger ones around the house that I use for heaters and stuff around here. So when I saw this, I was like, I gotta try it. So that's what we're gonna do today. I haven't tried it yet, but we're gonna try it. And hopefully everything goes well. I am in a exterior area, well ventilated. I'm away from any kind of things that might generate sparks or otherwise cause a fire. So hopefully that's gonna keep us safe. That and the fact that I'm hoping not to do anything dumb. So this is what the kit just basically comes with the parts that you need. This is the hose here. So kind of give you a little walkthrough of what we got. We got the hose, and I've read the book 2 or 3 times to make sure I do this right, because not something you want to go wrong. This end connects to your tank that you have. The tank that you have needs to be somewhat warm, room temperature or so, and you need to have it upside down, whether that's setting it up on some sawhorses, or in the case that I'm doing, hanging it from your tractor. Either way, before you start this, you need to have your propane upside down. And the reason is, guys, LP, liquid propane, is a liquid. Typically, we use the gas off of the liquid to burn. It's just having the liquid makes it easier to transport and all that kind of stuff. So by flipping this upside down, when we crack the valve, the liquid is what's gonna come out and not the gas. So that's why you want it upside down, unless you have one of those refill stations that has it already siphoning from the bottom. That you're gonna be using one of these, it needs to be upside down. Second thing that the instructions said was to put the cylinder in the refrigerator or freezer and chill it down for 30 minutes prior to doing this. And you may ask, why is that? Well, it's pretty simple. It's kind of physics. You want the liquid to remain a liquid when it goes into the container. You don't want it to instantly get blown into a gas because the way that liquids become gas is basically they absorb heat, so to speak. That's why a lot of times when your propane tank's running out, you'll notice that the bottle starts sweating, that kind of thing. So by having the bottle cold, you minimize the heat that it's exposed to the liquid, which reduces how much of it turns into gas instantly. So you get a more efficient feel, basically. So with this hose, this allows you to connect to the bottle. And you got this cool little valve right here. And that's how you're gonna open that and then close that to allow the gas into the bottle. So shouldn't be that hard. We've got all the parts we need. It did come with an adapter because some tanks, have that inward like barrel fitting or whatever. And so you need this. My situation, I don't need it. This screws straight onto the cylinder, and then this screws straight onto my bottles. And they also included 2 cool brass, like I guess covers for your bottles after you fill them. So we'll be using one of those. So let me go over to the freezer and get my propane cylinder, and we're gonna get this show started. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do this part, and I'm gonna leave my tank in the refrigerator and the freezer until we get this part done. And yes, I have my own little exterior freezer out here for beef stuff, and so my wife doesn't care if I put a propane tank in it. So what I'm gonna do is, one, I'm gonna make sure this is off because there is a kind of a safety valve in there. So I don't want to be screwing this on and have gas coming out. So I want to make sure this is off, and it is. And I want to screw this little guy here onto there. It's just like connecting your grill. You don't want to over tighten it, but you want it tight enough that nothing bad can happen. All right, so the next thing that you want to do is you're going to want to go ahead and crack the valve, or what I'm going to do. It's not a tutorial. I'm just showing you how I do it. So I'm going to go ahead and crack the valve right there. All right, the instructions then say to open this valve and allow any air or whatever that may be in this line right here to escape. It says that I should at least wait until I smell the strong smell of propane or see propane. So I'm going to aim this away from myself so as to not get cold, because this will chill you if liquid goes to gas real fast. And I'm just going to crack this valve kind of slow and until we start seeing that we're getting propane coming out, and then I'm going to stop it. Okay, that didn't take long. So there we go. Got a little propane. Yes, it smells like propane. It had a liquidy look as it was escaping, so I think we're good. I'm going to go grab the tank. Not quite. This thing's cold, guys. It reminds me of that, what was it, the Christmas story where the little kid licked the light pole and got stuck? Yeah, that's what that reminds me of. So before it gets hot, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to screw it onto here because we've already bled the air out of this line. All right. And now this one, I'm going to hold it this way because I want the liquid to go into it. It's got this little valve right here that you're supposed to watch for precaution. So then you just crack this valve. I can hear it and feel it. I'm just going to let it do its thing. All right, I've got it to the point to where the pressure has equalized between this bottle and that one. And you can tell it's slowed down. So no need to try to go too happy with it. So we'll go ahead and turn that off. Just let it run for just a second longer. Still in the green. Showing gas. All right, so that's about where I want to go with it. I don't want to overdo it. These things are going to be used pretty soon, so. And yeah, I've got liquid in there. I can actually hear the liquid. Now, is this going to be filled 100% the way that it would have been had I bought it new, but some commercial machine had filled it? Like the machine pulls vacuum on it first, building up vacuum inside and then sucks the liquid into there. Is it going to be that kind of full? No, probably not. But two things that I like about this technique is I don't have to run and buy these constantly and spend the money on this little small container of propane, because I can get it a lot cheaper just taking that back to Tractor Supply and having them fill it for me. But I also don't have to worry about disposing of these, because I've always felt like it was a waste to just take these bottles and when I got through with them, throw them in my scrap pile to be taken to a recycler. So doing it this way, I like it better. It's going to save me money doing it this way as opposed to this way, and also feel like I'm doing something for the environment because I'm recycling these guys. Now I do plan to probably paint these because, you know, I just want to paint them, and I'm not going to use these things if they start rusting really bad or anything like that. Of course I won't use them for extended periods of time. I'll probably replace them after so many refills anyway, but now I don't have to replace them after every refill. So pretty proud of it. Let's see if it works. So yeah, I was going to tell you, this is one that was filled from, like, this is a new one. It's a good bit heavier than this one. So I'm not going to get the run time out of this one that I would have this one, I'm sure. But not worried about that. So now what I want to do is I'm gonna go ahead and put this one on my little gun here that I use for, this is what I use for burning brush. I use it in the shop if I'm wanting to like burn some wood or something to give that burn look. It's just a little cheap one off of Amazon, but let's see if our propane works. Yes, I will call that a success. So there you go, guys. Another useful little tool to add to my collection. All right, guys, so I just thought I'd share that with you. I felt like that was one of those things that a lot of us, especially that live back in the country, it's a lot easier to do this than it is to just have piles and piles of those little bottles sitting around. And especially like in a disaster response scenario, there's lots of scenarios to where I could see this being beneficial. You know, you go into an area where people don't have access to things or whatever. If you have a large tank, then you could fill up a lot of small containers for people to use to prepare food, you know, have lighting, stay warm, whatever the case may be. So I think there's a lot of applications for these in more of an off-grid type scenario as well. And I'm glad to be adding it to the arsenal. Like I said, this was not a how-to. I'm not telling you how to do it. If you get something like this, follow the manufacturer's directions to the T. Do it the way that you want to do it. But I did feel like showing you guys that, you know, it can be done was a positive thing. So as always, this will be links in the description. Those are affiliate links through my Clack Shack Amazon store. And so if you do decide to purchase, I'll get a little small portion of the benefit from that without any additional cost to you. So there you go. But I'm gonna store everything away. I do like the caps that they sent with it as well, because with me wanting to recycle and reuse these containers, it's nice to have a little thread protector to keep dirt and debris out of there, as well as a fail safe in case the you know, the little valve inside there were to start trying to leak. This will kind of help contain it a little bit. So I got 2 of those with it as well, so that's pretty handy. But I want to get my stuff put up, get the tank down, and until next time, guys, be safe, have a good day.